There are many articles and videos online claiming it is. And I have this to say. Anyone who thinks this film is anti-men either walked out halfway through or is deliberately being petty against a female-led production. Barbie is so much deeper than some people give it credit for. It revolves around a society that is run by women and seems perfect from their perspective. Barbie comes to the real world run by men, and it's perfect from men's perspective. The Barbies not only admit that their society has been treating the Kens unfairly, they also decide to do something about it. And then there's this line.
Please may the Kens have one Supreme Court justice.
Oh, I can't do that. But maybe a lower circuit court judgeship.
We accept.
Some critics have argued that unless the Barbies immediately give the Kens equal treatment, it's not fair to men. But it's not about that. It's a reflection of the real world. It's 2023, and there are still industries where women earn less than men simply because they're women. Women are still shamed for behavior that isn't considered demure, and the very fact that this movie is being dragged through the mud because it focuses on women is proof that while we've made progress, we're not where we need to be just yet. Unfortunately, progress isn't instant in our real world. That's a fantasy. So Barbie's giving the Kens a small place to start, that's much more realistic. Had they simply established a society where everyone is immediately held to the same standards, it would undo everything the film worked so hard to build. In addressing the negligence that the Kens experienced, the movie also touched upon toxic masculinity, but not the way you think. Ken admits that he acts a certain way because it's expected of him, or because he thinks it's the only way to reach a certain goal. Like when the Kens are convinced serenading the Barbies with a beachside guitar performance will have the women pining for them, marginalizing women to cliches who are all alike instead of the unique individuals each and every one. So of course the serenade fails. I'm also glad that in the end Barbie didn't go in on his advances. This is another happy ending that would have taken away from the story. As men, we need to learn that just because we're not jerks doesn't mean we're entitled to a woman's affections. She doesn't owe us anything. And honestly, sometimes we need to realize that it's okay to be alone. You are enough. The lesson here is, men should be allowed to be themselves, even if they aren't the macho, suave individuals that some cultures consider a real man. And in that respect, the one character who represents this better than Ken is Allan. Allan is neglected, looked down upon, and continually underestimated. And he teaches us to never judge a book by its cover. When it was necessary, he proved capable enough to dispatch multiple of the more muscular Kens. He was also often the voice of reason, and proved to be emotionally more resilient than the seemingly superior Kens.